Froggy bakes a cake. It was Froggy's mother's birthday. Froggy was outside making Mud pies. My bad. Froggy, called his father. What? Help me bake a cake for your mother. Oh, please, cried Froggy. I want to do it all by myself. So Froggy flopped into the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. You need flour, his father said, and sugar and chocolate. I know, cried Froggy, and he pushed his chair against the counter and climbed up. He took down the flour. He took down the sugar. He took down the chocolate candy his mother hidden since Halloween. We need lots of flour and sugar, said Froggy, and he dumped a large bag of flour and a whole box of sugar into a yellow bowl. We need lots and lots of chocolate, said Froggy. He dumped 10 handfuls of chocolate-covered flies. We need milk too, said Froggy's father. I know, cried Froggy. He flopped to the fridge, flop, 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 and he grabbed a carton of milk. Whoops! It dropped on his foot and spilt. And eggs and butter, added his father. I know, cried Froggy. He snatched a carton of eggs. Whoops! He only broke 4 or 5. And just one stick of butter fell on the floor. Don't forget baking powder, his father said. I know, cried Froggy. He climbed up and took down the baking powder. Then he cracked 7 eggs into the bowl. Crack, 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 crack. And a few shells fell in. He put in the butter glump, and poured in the glass, glump, glump, glump. And finally he dumped a whole box of baking powder. Shloop. It's time to mix all together, said his father. I know, cried Froggy. He stirred it, slopped it, and mixed it and plopped it. He dumped all the gloopy cake batter into the pan and shoved the cake into the oven and sighed. Oogly bloogy blurpy cake. I make and bake and wait for the cake. Froggy, called his father. What? While you wait for the cake to bake, help me blow up the balloons. Froggy helped blow up the balloons. He blew, and he blew, and he blew, and blew. Pop! Now, his father said, help me set up the table. Froggy helped to set up the table. Whoops! He knocked over the lemonade, and the paper party tablecloth got wet. Froggy, called his mother. What? What smells so good? It's a surprise, yelled Froggy. He flopped back into the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. Come and get it, hollered Froggy. Froggy's mother and father flopped in and slipped across the butter floor. Froggy said, "Are you ready?" He opened the oven. Yikes! The cake exploded, yelled Froggy's father. Whoops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Too much baking powder, I guess. It's still good, said his father, licking his fingers. Wait, cried Froggy. I'll be right back. Flop, flop, flop. Happy birthday, Mom, he said, and he handed her a fresh mud pie with a candle in it. I made it all by myself. Oh, Froggy, said his mother, this is the best birthday pie I've ever had. What a mess, said Froggy's father. Let's go celebrate. Great, said Froggy. Yes, said Froggy's mother. And together they leapfrogged all the way to the bakery. Flop, flop, flop.